Hello and welcome to Heart for Home. My name is Deanna. And if you're a new viewer here or a new subscriber, you are more than welcome. Today, I'm going to be talking about inner beauty and building character as women because obviously, as most of us already know, there's a big push in this world for us women to focus only on outer appearance. And it comes from every angle, every place. And I just think that, and the result of that is that it also brings with it, I believe, a lot of anxiety. Because if your value and your worth is, and if what makes you beautiful or valuable as a woman is just how you look on the outside, then it's going to be an endless battle. Because as you know, we are not perfect as humans. We're never going to be perfect. And with time, we all age, so it's always going to be a battle to have that perfect beauty if that's what we believe is what makes us valuable and worthy as women. And this is a lie that is very unfortunate and a terrible and disgusting lie, in my opinion, that is being pushed on women. And it's just wrong. It's wrong. And obviously the people who push these lies and these ideas are profiting from it. And, billions of dollars are going into their pockets. And I just believe that, first of all, there's so much more to us as women than just our appearance. We have our personalities. We have our gifts and talents. We have our abilities. We have our purposes, and we have beautiful things to offer to this world. And if all we're focusing on is how we look on the outside, then that takes away from other areas of our lives, from spending that time developing and focusing on other areas of our lives and other aspects of who we are that are way more important. And so I want to talk a little bit about that. And I hope that you can get something from this little message that can encourage you wherever you are in this journey. So I just want to start right away by reading from a verse in the Bible that touches a little bit on this topic. I think that it's worthwhile to know what our Creator thinks about the topic of beauty. The verse here is in First Peter 3, verse 3 to 4. It says, "Do not let your adornment, your beauty, be merely outward, arranging the hair, wearing gold, or putting on fine apparel, nice clothing. Rather, let it be the hidden person of the heart with the incorruptible beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is very precious in the sight of God." I want to focus here on a couple of words that I highlighted. And one of them is the word merely outward. Yes, we can beautify ourselves outwardly, but let our beauty not end there. Let your beauty not be merely outward. There's so much more to you than that, and it says that rather let it be the hidden person of the heart. And I underline the word hidden because oftentimes, we make ourselves beautiful so that, people can see. But there's also an aspect of us that is hidden that man cannot see, only God can see. And that's the side of us, that's a part of us that is the most important to God, And let it be the hidden person of the heart with the incorruptible, and I highlight the word incorruptible, beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is very precious in the sight of God. And I highlight the word incorruptible because everything that it's outward that we see with the eye fades. But the beauty when we cultivate the beauty that is the beauty that comes from character, the beauty that comes from cultivating our spirit, that's a beauty that is incorruptible. It does not matter if you're 95 years old. It does not matter if you're 100 years old. If you have that beauty, it does not diminish. Whereas our outer appearance, diminishes with time. And it can just become a nonstop battle with the self, because nobody can escape this. With time, we all lose that radiance of the outer appearance. But what God is saying is that when we develop our souls and our spirits, that's a radiance that never fades. It's incorruptible. No one can take it away from you. Nothing can take that away from you. And it says, this beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit is very precious in the sight of God. And often when we are too focused on our outward appearance, we're seeking to please man. We're seeking to please those around us. We're not thinking about pleasing God. Because if we want to please God, it says here that what pleases God is the hidden person, is the beauty and the character of the hidden person. And if you desire to please God in your life, then when you seek after the beauty that comes from the inside to develop who you are as a person, your character and things like that, that is what truly pleases God. And I just want to point out, because it says gentle and quiet spirit. What does that mean? I don't believe that it means, that we all have to be very gentle and quiet. God created us with variety. We have different personalities. It's not talking about personality, but it's just talking about more the state of the heart. And for me, my understanding of that is that a gentle and quiet spirit is a spirit that is at peace. It's a heart that is at peace. You're at peace with yourself. You're at peace with the world, and you pursue peace in your life. And it's also a spirit of humility, because I believe that the more humble we are, the more gentle we are also. When we understand that, we are nothing but dust of the earth and flowers that fade, it brings a certain gentleness and humility to us. And I believe that whether it's man or woman, God wants us to walk with a gentle and quiet spirit, with a spirit of humility. And sometimes, or should I say maybe often, when we focus too much on the outward, it actually creates a spirit of pride and vanity, and feeling maybe you're better than the other person, and comparison. And you're not at peace. You're not at peace, because there's billions of people in this world, and the comparison will never end, right? So anyways, I love this verse because it's a good reminder, because it can happen to any of us where we can forget. We can forget what is the priority, especially because every day, we're being bombarded by this message that what matters the most, as regarding you as a woman, is the way that you look, is the way that people perceive you, is the way that what people think of you. They think that you're beautiful or not, or whatever, but it's like, no, that's not true. There's so much more to us in our appearance. There's so much more that we have to offer. And God did not create us so shallow. Okay. God does not create things so shallow. Like, there's so much depth to everything. Sometimes we can look at something and think like, oh, this thing here is so simple, right? But then you go and scientists study it, and it's like, oh no, it's not as simple as we thought. It's like, it does so much, it offers so much, it's so important, So I think that it's good to remind ourselves, and I hope that this is a reminder that can encourage you, in your journey or thoughts in this area. I want to just end with this, an encouragement to you as a viewer. Let us focus on our character. I find it really sad that now women are not being encouraged to focus on their character. Young women just are not building that strength of character, that spiritual strength. And let's focus on that. And what I mean by that spiritual character, I'm talking about patience, being women of patience, being women of peace, women who bring peace into the world, being women of strength, and we're always encouraged in the Bible to be women of faith and to be women who are fearless. And of course, it's like, how can you be fearless, right? There's so many things in this world to be afraid of, but God calls us to be women of faith and women who are fearless, women of courage. And I believe to strive towards that brings a completely different type of beauty into the world, and when we strive towards that, and then it just pours out of you, and it brings beautiful things into this world, and you can put on your makeup and you can look beautiful, and someone can look at you and say, wow, this woman is so beautiful, she's stunning, she's gorgeous, whatever, but is that all that you want to bring, is just for someone to admire you? There's so much more that we have to offer than just that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there's so much more that we have to offer. There's so much more beauty that we can bring. And you are so valuable, and you have something beautiful to share with the world. And I hope that you can connect with that. I hope you can connect with that. And maybe you already do, which is great. So anyways, thank you for listening to me and hearing me out. May God bless you. May God bless your home. And I hope that you have a wonderful day ahead.